In the first section of this Kubernetes CTF, we're going to have to build Docker images so we can later deploy containers to our Kubernetes cluster. So first thing I'm going to do is to clone the Kubernetes CTF repo that is on GitHub. And here you see that I'm using the SSH URL, but you should be able to use the HTTPS. Okay, now if I do ls, I should see the folder Kubernetes CTF. So let's go into it. And here we can see all of our 5 microservices. Now inside each one of these folders, we have a Docker file. And Docker file is something that we're going to be providing to Docker that contains instructions to tell Docker how to build a Docker image. So all we got to do is to go inside each one of these folders and run the command docker build. So let's start with the front end. So you can see here that we have the Docker file. Now we can do docker build. Then we need to specify a tag, which is basically the image name, using the option -t. And the name of my image for now is going to be front end. Then I need to tell Docker where to find the Docker file. And in my case, the Docker file is in the current directory. So that's why I'm just going to specify dot. Now let's hit enter. And there it is. The image was built. Now if I do Docker images, I should be able to see this image there. And there we go. So we see front end. Now we're just going to do the same steps for the other 4 microservices. So I am now inside the auth API folder. And let's do the same thing. So docker build auth API. Then moving on to TODO's API. Then users API. And finally, the log message processor. All right, so I built 5 images, and to confirm that, I can do docker images, and I'm gonna see 5 of them. And that's everything you had to do for section number 1. And section number 2, we're gonna rename these images and push to ECR.